brave enough to stand up and defend your beliefs, even if you have to fight alone. Roy T. Bennett. The light in the heart. A lone warrior stands atop a desolate hill, the wind howling fiercely as if trying to knock him down. Yet you remain defiant, raising high the flag of faith, like an ancient pine standing firm in a blizzard, roots deeply anchored in the earth, leaves still green and vibrant despite the bitter cold. That faith is like an underground river winding through a barren desert, nourishing a parched soul and guiding us across lonely wastelands to the true oasis of freedom. To stand up bravely is not reckless action, but the awakening of will, like a fledgling bird spreading its wings for the first time, leaving the safety of the nest to face a vast, uncertain sky. Defending your beliefs means safeguarding the core values and sacred ideals that life has etched into your soul, like a craftsman meticulously carving a stone statue, refusing to let time or outside forces erode its original beauty. And even if you have to fight alone is the ultimate test, where isolation becomes a stern teacher, showing us the power of self-reliance. A wildflower blooming amid barren rock needs no cheering crowd, just a little morning sun and evening dew. Yet it still spreads its fragrance, drawing bees and butterflies from far away. That is proof that fighting alone is not suffering, but an opportunity to discover limitless potential, turning fear into fuel and loneliness into a loyal companion. This advice brings positive energy, like a cool stream refreshing a weary soul, awakening joy in living authentically. When we courageously defend our beliefs, we don't just overcome external obstacles, we conquer ourselves, experiencing deep satisfaction, like a climber reaching the summit of Everest, breathing crisp air and gazing at the vast world below. It teaches us that life doesn't always provide allies, but a steadfast belief becomes an impenetrable shield, guiding us through every hardship. In today's society, where opinions flood like a raging torrent, standing alone to defend personal truth is a heroic act, one that inspires admiration and ignites courage in others. Be brave enough to stand up and defend your beliefs, even if you have to fight alone, is a song of human strength, a reminder that solitude is not the end, but the beginning of greatness. Let it echo in your heart, turning every step into an exhilarating adventure, and you will see life become more meaningful than ever, overflowing with the light of hope and endless joy. The invisible things have more power than the visible ones. Wood can rot, stone can wear away. Only those things that seem fragile dreams, ambitions, ideas, and faith endure forever. If you can change the way others think, the way they see themselves and the world, you can change the way they live, and that is the only thing you can leave behind forever. Chuck Palahniuk, Choke. In the endless flow of time, everything tangible must face the harsh law of destruction. Wood that once stood strong eventually rots under the damp teeth of years. Majestic boulders, proud against the sky, slowly erode with each gust of sand and drop of acid rain. We watch great monuments collapse, mighty empires vanish, bronze statues worn by time into dust. Yet, there are things that seem fragile as spider silk, yet live forever. Dreams, ambitions, ideas, and faith. Look at this image, a lone warrior on a towering peak, holding high the flag of faith amid a raging storm, his body standing firm as if defying the entire universe. Despite howling winds and black clouds, that flag still flutters, unconquered by time. That is the symbol of invisible values. They need no body to exist, no material to endure. They live in the mind, spread across generations, and remain immortal even when the bearer has turned to dust. Here is the profound contrast between the visible that crumbles and the invisible that endures. An ancient stone statue, worn away by time, beside the eternal light of ideas and faith, that still shines brightly. When someone changes how others think, how they see themselves and the world, they perform humanity's greatest miracle. Not with physical strength, not with gold or jewels, but with a spark of an idea, a sincere word of encouragement, a faith passed on. That person changes others' lives, plants seeds of hope, awakens potential, and creates endless chains of transformation. Imagine a seed of an idea planted in someone's mind, sprouting, growing, and changing an entire life, like a fragile butterfly emerging from its cocoon, seemingly weak yet possessing the miraculous power to transform from a crawling creature to one that soars freely. The symbol of dreams breaking through limits. The only thing you can leave behind forever is not wealth, fame, or power. Those fade away. What endures is the mark you leave on others' souls. A faith awakened, an ambition stirred, a worldview changed. That is an invisible but immortal legacy, spreading through time, surviving death, and living on in the lives you have touched. Cherish and nurture those invisible things within yourself, for they are true power, the power to change the world, one soul at a time. Wonderful things happen to those who never stop believing, trying, learning, and being grateful for what they have. Roy T. Bennett. The Light in the Heart. A lush green garden where seeds of faith are sown in the fertile soil of will. They do not lie dormant waiting for random rain. They push through hard earth, reaching for the sunlight of effort to sprout. Belief here is like an unending river, sweeping away boulders of doubt and nourishing the plains of dreams. People often compare faith to a lighthouse on the open sea, shining through life's storms, keeping us from losing our way amid waves of failure. Then comes trying, the sacred flame burning fiercely in the chest, turning ordinary days into heroic journeys. Like a blacksmith tirelessly hammering, shaping rough metal into a sharp blade, effort forges us from weakness into strength. It is not blind labor, but the steady rhythm of feet moving forward, no matter how long or rocky the path. A marathon runner, sweat pouring like rain, muscles exhausted, yet eyes fixed on the finish line. That is vivid proof. Effort is not racing others, but conquering oneself, opening the door to wonders. Learning is a clear stream, flowing endlessly from boundless sources of knowledge. A diligent bee flits from flower to flower, gathering sweet nectar to build the hive of wisdom. In today's fast-changing world of technology and rapid shifts, learning is not a duty, but the joy of discovery. Think of a curious child wide-eyed before the world, or an old scientist still bent over books. They all reap sweet fruit from the tree of life. Learning turns failure into lessons, limits into opportunities, and finally opens new horizons where wonders await. And gratitude is the golden key that unlocks the treasure of contentment. It is like a cool breeze blowing through the desert of greed, carrying the breath of peace. Gratitude is not bowing to fate, but embracing what we have. A warm home, a simple meal, or the smile of a loved one. Like trees, grateful to the earth that nurtures them, grateful people see life full of miracles. Without gratitude, we chase distant illusions and miss the wonders right before us. Those who embrace these four qualities will find that wonderful things do not fall from the sky. They bloom from within the heart, like a vibrant oil painting where colors of hope, effort, knowledge, and gratitude blend into a masterpiece of happiness. Live with it, and you will feel positive energy spreading, turning every challenge into opportunity, every ordinary day into a celebration. Life finally rewards those who never stop believing, trying, learning, and being grateful. Wonderful things are waiting for you to discover. Believe in your limitless potential. The only barrier is the limits you place on yourself. Roy T. Bennett. The Light in the Heart. A ray of light piercing the thick fog of self-doubt, awakening the sleeper from the cage of self-made dreams. Imagine you are a vast ocean, waves crashing endlessly, holding power to sweep away mountains. Yet instead of letting the water flow freely, we build dams of doubt, cementing, I can't, I'm not good enough, that's not for me. Those limits are not gifts from heaven or earth. They are products of our own minds, invisible yet unbreakable chains. We tighten ourselves every day. See how, when someone bravely smashes that invisible glass, miracles happen. Space expands, the sky grows higher, and dormant potential awakens like fire bursting from ashes. Here is a vivid image of the moment someone breaks self-imposed limits. Invisible walls shatter, unleashing inner strength, and when you reach out to touch the infinite universe within yourself, nothing can stop you. The journey of breaking limits is like a climber conquering a peak at dawn. Each step affirms, I am greater than I once thought. Believing in limitless potential is not fantasy. It is the deepest truth of humanity. Each of us carries a miniature universe within, stars of talent, galaxies of untapped abilities. The greatest barrier is not external circumstances, but the inner whispers. Don't try anymore. Stop. When you dare say no to those whispers and believe you deserve greatness, the door of miracles opens. Break those invisible chains today. Let your potential explode like the sun rising after a long night. Because the truth is, you have no limits except the ones you place on yourself. And once you realize that, the world is no longer a cage. It becomes a place you shape freely. Start right now. Believe, reach far, and witness the miracle that comes from within you. If you have strong faith in something, stand up and fight for it. Roy T. Bennett. The light in the heart. A tiny seed planted in the fertile soil of the heart, sprouting under the sun of passion and watered by the stream of perseverance. It is not vague illusion, but inner strength, like an eternal flame in a craftsman's forge, tempering will into a sharp weapon against adversity. When that fierce faith erupts, it drives us to stand up, not with blind aggression, but with steady steps, like an ancient warrior charging into battle for a sacred ideal. Fighting here is not just physical conflict, but a spiritual journey facing the darkness of failure, crossing the abyss of despair, and conquering the heights of success. Think of historical heroes. Mahatma Gandhi, with his faith in peace, Marie Curie, with her passion for science. They stood up, fought tirelessly, turned belief into shining reality, and inspired countless generations. Life is not passive endurance, but a stage where we play the leading role, with faith as our prop and struggle as the climax. It brings positive energy, like a warm spring breeze blowing across ripening fields, lifting the spirit and readying us for challenges. Deeper still, this is a call to awaken the self, urging us to nurture faith from small things, an idea, a moral value, a distant dream, then turn them into concrete action. In today's society full of temptation and doubt, only when we dare to stand and fight does faith not fade, but bloom brilliantly, bringing deep satisfaction to ourselves and those around us. It ignites hope like dawn breaking the night, making us feel life is full of meaning, where every step of struggle becomes a note in humanity's grand symphony. Embrace that faith, stand up, and act, for it is in the struggle that we find true strength and endless joy in living fully with our ideals. The punishment for liars is not that no one trusts them, but that they can no longer trust anyone. George Bernard Shaw, The Quintessence of Ibsenism. A clumsy artist paints dazzling illusions under the sun, but when twilight falls, they vanish, leaving a vast, chilling emptiness. It is not isolation from the outside world where people turn away and whisper doubt, but an inner storm where trust is eroded like rocks on the shore under crashing waves. They wander in their own barren garden, where every flower is false beauty. Every path leads to the abyss of deceit. like a lost bird that once soared freely in the blue sky, but now has broken wings from its own lies. It no longer dares to fly high or trust the songs of its kind. Yet in that darkness, a radiant spark of hope still gleams like dawn after a long night. This truth is not to condemn, but to awaken. Honesty is the key that opens the door to genuine trust, where every word becomes a seed sprouting into a green tree, providing shade for the soul. Think of beautiful relationships like a gentle river flowing through fertile fields, nurturing connection and peace. Liars may initially hide behind a glossy shell, but eventually they realize the greatest punishment is inner loneliness, when the world becomes hazy, filled with ghosts they themselves created. But do not despair. Life always offers a chance to repair. Start with one honest word, like a fresh morning dew, washing away the dust of the past. From there, trust revives like a phoenix rising from ashes, carrying fierce vitality and helping us connect with the world more sincerely than ever. Live with an open heart, where trust is not only received, but generously given. On that journey, we find true joy, like stars sparkling in the night sky, illuminating the path to real happiness. Don't let others tell you that you can't. Don't let others' limitations block your vision. When you shatter their doubts and believe in yourself, you can achieve what seems impossible. Roy T. Bennett, The Light in the Heart. Gray clouds obscure the clear blue sky, but they are not truth, just shadows of others' fears. We often get swept into the whirlpool of external opinions, like withered leaves caught in a strange wind, forgetting that true strength lies deep in the heart. A lighthouse shines, reminding us not to let others' limits become invisible walls, blocking our wide vision. Those limits are sometimes rusted chains from their past failures, or thorny fences built by envy. They do not belong to you, only illusions in the desert of self-doubt. But when you bravely cut those doubts, like a warrior slashing binding ropes, and nurture faith in yourself, a warm flame burning from the depths of your soul, then miracles happen. That faith is like a seed sprouting in barren rock, growing into a mighty tree that shades your dreams. You will achieve the impossible, like an eagle soaring through high clouds, conquering peaks others only dare gaze at from below. Imagine Edison with thousands of failures before the light bulb glowed, or Paralympic athletes overcoming disability to win gold, all born from unshakable faith. It is not mystical magic, but inner power, like an underground stream, seeping through stone until it becomes a vast ocean. The key that unlocks spiritual freedom, helping us realize that true limits exist only in the mind. When we embrace it, life becomes radiant, full of positive energy, like warm morning sunlight, dispelling the darkness of doubt. Let it become your guiding compass, awakening limitless potential within you, and you will see the world is no longer narrow with impossible. It is a vast playground for dreams to soar. With that faith, you do not just live, you shine, inspiring everyone around you, turning the seemingly impossible into brilliant reality. And then you will smile, knowing that journey, however hard, was worth it, because you are the hero of your own story. When you refuse to abandon your faith, you will find a way through. Roy T. Bennett. You are lost in a dense forest where ancient tree canopies block the sky and wind howls through the leaves like fate's challenge. Faith here is not an abstract idea, but a warm flame burning in the heart, a steadfast lighthouse amid raging seas, lighting the path, no matter how fierce the storm. Refusing to abandon faith means holding tight to your inner compass, refusing to surrender to material or spiritual obstacles, be it failure at work, heartbreak, or self-doubt, gnawing like worms in a ripe apple. Let me guide you through an illustration. Imagine a poor farmer plowing a barren field under endless drought, as if cursed by the heavens. He could give up, letting his calloused hands fall, but no faith in coming rain and sprouting seeds keeps him digging deeper wells, watering every precious drop. And then the miracle happens. The first rain of the season falls, turning desert into green rice fields, a golden path to a bright future. That lesson, distilled from countless real stories, reminds us that faith is not fantasy. It is the force that turns potential into reality. It is like an unstoppable river winding through rugged mountains until it joins the vast ocean, teaching us that perseverance erases every boundary. Deeper still, this saying awakens spiritual strength, helping us see that a way through is not always a straight road. It may be unexpected turns, lessons from failure. A young artist dreams of creating a masterpiece, but painting after painting is rejected, colors fading under critical eyes. If he abandons faith in his talent, he remains trapped in self-doubt. But by holding fast, he hones his brush, experiments with new shades, and finally creates a work that draws admiration from everywhere. Faith here is like a tiny seed, nourished by determination, growing into a mighty tree that shades a lifetime. It brings positive energy, making us feel life is a grand symphony, where every low note is a challenge, and every high note a deserved reward. And you know, in today's hectic world, where social media and societal pressure weigh like heavy stones, this saying becomes nourishment for the soul. It urges us to pause, breathe deeply, and trust that every difficulty is temporary, like dark clouds that will part for brilliant sunlight. Never abandon faith, and you not only find a way through, you discover a stronger version of yourself, an unconquered warrior, a fearless explorer. A cool stream waters the dry land of hope, bringing deep satisfaction, because life always rewards those who persist. With faith as your compass, a path not only appears, it leads you to new horizons, full of light and endless joy. Faith is a choice. First, you choose what to believe. Then, that belief shapes your choices. Roy T. Bennett, the small flame you light yourself in your mind, a warm sphere of light glowing at the center of your brain, radiating sparkling rays that dispel the darkness of doubt. When you choose to believe in something, your own ability, enduring love, or a brighter future, that flame does not merely illuminate. Every small daily decision turns seemingly ordinary choices into bricks, building the road of destiny. Like dominoes lined up perfectly, one gentle touch from initial faith sends the whole chain falling in a powerful cascade. Someone who chooses to believe they deserve success starts waking earlier, learning more, daring to step out of comfort zones. And from those actions, opportunities appear, doors open, and people around them change for the better. Conversely, if someone unconsciously believes in failure, every decision unwittingly leads toward that darkness, like water flowing down a preset slope. Deeper still, faith is like the seed you plant in your soul. You choose which seed, hope or fear, and water it with thoughts. Care for it with actions. Over time, the seed sprouts, stretches toward the sun, grows green, shoots, and finally becomes a mighty tree shading your entire life. Power returns to you. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of your fate through every choice of belief. The faith you choose today will sprout into tomorrow's miracles. Remember, you hold the torch. Choose positive faith, and the whole world will lean toward its light. Life is not what happens to you, but what you choose to believe and act upon because of that belief. And when you dare to choose, the path opens radiant, clear, and full of hope. Success cannot happen overnight. Success comes in stages. Today, a little. Tomorrow, a little, until it is complete. Every day you procrastinate, you lose the success of that day. Israelmore Ayivor. a cool stream flowing through the soul, reminding us that true glory is the result of patient accumulation of silent drops of sweat, of small but never stopping steps. Imagine you are planting a tiny seed in fertile soil. Today you water it a little. Tomorrow you pull weeds. The next day you shield it from harsh sun. No magic makes the tree grow instantly, but day by day the roots go deeper. The trunk rises higher. The leaves grow greener. And one morning you wake to find it has become a mighty tree, heavy with sweet fruit. Success is the same. It comes in small stages. Today, a little effort. Tomorrow, a little progress. Gradually building until it is solid and unshakable. And over time, growth becomes clear. But most importantly, this saying delivers a gentle yet powerful warning. Every day you delay, you lose the success of that day. Imagine time as an endless river. Every moment you choose to sit still, scrolling instead of acting, you let precious drops slip through your fingers. Small opportunities, small steps, small bricks, all vanish forever. That is not just losing a day, but losing a piece of the tower you could have built for your future. Life does not reward those who wait for miracles. It rewards those who act steadily, even in the smallest things. Today, you learn a new skill. Tomorrow, you finish a tough task. The next day, you conquer a fear. All those little things combine into a grand, radiant picture. Let this saying light your heart like a torch in the dark. Success is not a distant destination, but the path you walk every day. Don't let today slip away meaninglessly. Start right now, even with one small step, because those small steps, repeated without stopping, will carry you to the heights you once dreamed of. And when you look back, you will smile with gratitude for not procrastinating, for not losing your own success. Trust the process. Act every day, and you will see. Success does not come suddenly, but it will surely come complete and well-deserved. The difficulties you endure today will become beautiful memories that bring a smile to your face later. Lauritsen, those difficulties are like a sudden summer downpour, first soaking and chilling us, perhaps even causing despair. But when dawn breaks, those raindrops nourish new green shoots, turning the forest into a vibrant painting where leaves sparkle in morning light and sweet flower scents fill the air. Today's hardships are seeds planted in the harsh soil of the present, destined to bloom into brilliant flowers in the garden of tomorrow's memories. Think of marathon runners, bodies exhausted after hours under scorching sun, sweat mixing with road dust, feet aching like needles. Yet when they cross the finish line, a victorious smile blooms, and those drops of sweat become shining medals, stories that inspire countless others. Life is not a straight marble-paved road, but a winding journey through steep hills and deep valleys. The moments we stumble and hurt are when inner strength is forged like steel tempered in red-hot fire, becoming tougher and more resilient than ever. And when we look back, those scars are no longer pain. They are badges of growth, beautiful pages in the autobiography of life. With an optimistic tone, this saying spreads positive energy like a cool breeze across a dry desert, carrying hope and vitality. It encourages us to embrace difficulties, not with fear, but with gratitude, for they are strict but fair teachers, showing us lessons of resilience and determination. Imagine climbing a towering mountain, wind howling, clouds obscuring the view. Each step is a battle with yourself, but when you reach the summit, the whole world stretches below. The sky, deep blue and golden sunlight enveloping you. At that moment, past hardships become beautiful memories, sources of inspiration to smile, share with others, and continue the new journey. In today's society, where work, study, and life pressures crash like heavy waves, this is medicine for the soul. Failure is not the end. It is a stepping stone to success. Like a seed needing darkness and soil pressure to sprout, people need hardship to grow. And as time passes, those memories will be painted in bright colors of joy, becoming stories told by a warm fireplace, bringing contented smiles. Live with that faith, for life is a mosaic. Today's broken pieces from hardship will form tomorrow's beautiful masterpiece. It awakens hidden strength, urging us to face challenges with an open heart and believe every pain has meaning. Life is so beautiful when hardship is a disguised gift, guiding us to true happiness. Smile at the present, because the future will smile back through the lens of beautiful memories. One of the best things in life comes from the mistakes and falls we encounter. Surgeo Bell. A vast garden where great seeds do not grow from soft, fertile soil, but from cracks in dry rock, where violent storms have torn everything apart. Mistakes, those missteps, are not fearsome enemies, but kind teachers, whispering precious lessons that help us find the right path. They are like headwinds on the open sea, pushing the ship of life out of safe harbors toward wonderful islands we never dreamed of. Falls, those painful tumbles, are not endings, but beginnings of rebirth, like a butterfly breaking free from an ugly cocoon, spreading brilliant wings and soaring in the blue sky. Each time we rise from the ashes of failure, we are not only stronger, but wiser. Our hearts open wider to welcome wonders. A true friendship born from misunderstanding, brilliant success built on mistakes, or deeper love after heartbreak. Life, with all its chaos and surprises, teaches us that the darkest moments are where light begins to shine. Like dawn always following the longest night, embrace those mistakes like unexpected gifts from fate, for they not only temper the will, but awaken hidden potential, turning us into better versions of ourselves. And when we look back, we will smile, realizing those stumbles are the masterful strokes on the canvas of life, creating a masterpiece full of color and meaning. Live with optimism, for every mistake is an opportunity. Every fall, a step toward the peak of happiness. Life is wonderful when we cherish lessons from the darkness, walking forward with a radiant smile, heart full of hope and positive energy, ready to conquer new horizons.